All right.
Looks like you're ready to hit the slopes.
Yeah.
Ready to rock and roll.
Let's do fan questions, right? And then we'll do
wearing all black,
Aloha! Here with JC and Jeff.
Ain't no time for school today.
hitting bombs.
Hey, watch this punch cut lob wedge. Replace your Marshalls with cart girls. They're better looking. They're serving drinks.
Got to hit bombs off the tee.
Phil talking about a guy taking a shit in the cut.
Mahalo!
That's what we did fireside with Phil.
Fire the stick.
Hit bomb and attack the pin.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
all right, let's roll. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to part 3 of the YouTube podcast. Shit, god damn it. Fucked it up again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Aloha Press YouTube show. Joined today with me is Jeff Bellotti out in Amherst City. I'm JC here in Atlanta, Georgia. Jeff, this is the show where we get to kind of be ourselves. We've already discussed PGA Tour, LPGA Tour, the Champions Tour. We've talked about so many fucking tours. I'm quietly over it. I don't know if we're sitting down right now when the viewers are watching this, if you're viewing any golf at all. If you don't view any golf and you want the updated information, check out the email newsletter at www.thealohapress.com. And Jeff, let's get into it, man. This is my favorite part of the show. Saturday, what do we got? What do we got on the list here?
Whatever you would like. We got listener questions. We've got Aloha Press Classic news. I mean, first and foremost, we sold the bitch out. 40 for 40.
It's something like the crazy thing about like this roller coaster ride of setting, like people have no clue that like 2 months ago, this golf tournament did not even exist. Okay. It was just like a little dream that we had. And it's something that we talked about. And Jeff and I, the last time I was in town, we said, fuck it. It was like a fuck it type day. And we said like, fuck it. Let's have a golf tournament. Where are we having it? Well, Edgewood, right? Like it wasn't even a question. So that was kind of the origin, Jeff. I mean, this is your favorite golf course in the world. And when we were talking about having our first, I don't even think it's called the first annual, but it's the first ever Aloha Press Classic. I mean, Edgewood, dude, how excited are you, buddy?
Well, I'm more excited to get everybody else up there and kind of show that golf course off, because a lot of the people that are coming haven't played it. Some have never even been to Lake Tahoe. So I'm excited to do that. But this tournament, I mean, at times we stressed about, are we going to fill it up? We did last second. Most tournaments have 5, 6, 7, 8 months to fill up, right?
Yes.
We decided to give ourselves about 36 days to fill it up, and at a very hefty price tag, because it's not a cheap course and it's not a cheap area to go hang out in. But we did it. And here's the thing: I've been back to work for 2 days. I've gone to different calls for service and ran into people that have asked if they can get a spot still. And I'm like, no, dude, we're booked. We hit 40. That's all we got spots for. Better luck next year.
It's something where I called Edgewood. I'm like, hey, we need to pay for the golf tournament. All right, great. How many spots? I'm like, well, I signed a contract for 40 spots. And he's like, oh, you filled your tournament? I'm like, yeah, of course we did. Like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? He's like, no, like companies that have been putting on golf tournaments, they've just been canceling and people have been scared. And it's funny. I mean, we found 40 folks who want to come hang out with us, and 40 folks who are willing to risk their life for the Aloha Press Classic, which is kind of cool. Plus, I mean, Jeff, we leaked some information. I mean, we're giving out $500 to the winner. Second place is getting out $250. Third place is getting $100 back. I have a question for you. Okay, if you win the Aloha Press Classic and you've got $500 and you got another night in Tahoe, what are you doing with the $500?
So it's funny. I thought about this, right? I was like, it's kind of, we're hosting this tournament.
Yes.
Right. Is it bad taste if you win things at your own tournament, whether it's closest to the pin, long drive, skins, whatever. So I think if I'm lucky enough to win the tournament, the closest to the pin, the driver, whatever it may be, it's all going back to the party. I'm buying drinks, I'm buying apps, I'm giving the fucking club away. Like that's what I'm going to do with the winnings, at least for this first year.
That's a good answer. That's a very politically correct answer. I enjoyed that one. I was gonna make it rain. Okay, I was gonna, maybe go back to Harris, take that $500, maybe cash it out into $501 chips and just start hucking them. Like making it rain. That's probably poor. That's probably poor YouTube show content, but it's
I
yeah.
don't think so.
I agree. I agree with you. I mean, we got to give it back to the people. I want to win this thing. Don't get me wrong. Like, I have set my regiment, my schedule to get better at golf. Okay, I'm trying to peak at the right time of the year. Okay, this is, at least in my opinion, this might be our first major championship of the year. We might be hosting a few more golf tournaments as a little sneak peek, but it's something I'm looking forward to. Shit, I went out. I don't know if you guys can see. Okay, we've got some new merchandise. It's going to be up on the website. Hopefully, by the time you watch this, it might be a little chillier than it is currently. I mean, it's Tahoe. You never know. It might rain a little bit. It might dust us a little bit. You might need some warmer clothing. So if you need a sweatshirt, beanie, we might have some pants that we're associated with in the next few days pop up on the website. Go check out our shop at thealohapress.com. Jeff, the thing that you need to advise people, okay, to bring, what is the one thing that guys absolutely have to bring on this golf trip?
Well, first off, you've got to have the proper clothes for after golf, because walking around Tahoe, it gets down. It could be in the teens, right?
It does.
You need to have proper clothes. But for at the golf course, I would say recommended highly, probably a beanie, maybe even an umbrella, something like that, because the weather's going to get real. And if you're not ready for it, it can put you in the ground real quick.
It sure can. And it's, that's the cool thing about Tahoe. It's not your typical, weather. I mean, we're going to be dealing with some elevation. You're going to be dealing with green speeds that you're not used to. Edgewood is known for their fast greens, as we've learned from some of the guys who have gone up and played some practice rounds. The one thing that I was advised earlier today about Edgewood is gonna do their safety measures. There's gonna be no breaks for the bunkers, but they're gonna do a really good job about keeping the bunkers squared away for us. And then also we talked to them about the tee markers. They're excited. Their staff is excited about setting up the golf course the way you and I are going to be setting it up. I've gotten some comments, some questions like, how tough is this going to be? And it might get a little tough day one. I don't know. We'll see how we're playing. So should be fun.
I think in the end though, like when if you get back to the money, like the winning and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dude, bragging rights and being the champion or winning certain things is way more important than any dollar amount up there this year. It's the first one. You get the bragging rights all year. We've got a lot of buddies coming up. I'm looking forward to it.
And that's what's great about it. I mean, at least in our eyes, it's not that expensive. And if you win your money back, essentially, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's going to be a party. I've already been told by several folks that they're spending the additional Sunday night there to celebrate. So looking forward to it. Let's get into the listener questions. We've had some people submit some questions, throughout the week. Jeff, do you want to start us off, buddy?
Sure. And on a side note, I would highly recommend booking Sunday night. There's no way after a Friday and Saturday night in Tahoe and a full round of golf on Sunday that you're going to want to hop in the car and drive home. So book the extra night, take Monday off at work.
Especially if Jeff is buying you drinks and I'm making it rain with dollar chips. I mean,
right?
I might be hucking like $60 at you. You can pay for your own room then,
Right? I agree. Fucking that's happening. All right. I got 2 questions. How many did you get this week?
Let's see here. I think I got 3 questions.
All right. First one comes from Mike Springer out in Plymouth, California. It's beautiful out there this time of year. It's our own wine country.
It is.
Up here in Amador County. He wants to know if me or you have ever crashed a golf cart.
I don't know how to answer this. I don't know. I'm nervous because that question comes from a particular individual who has the power to write things down in a document and then send it to some other folks who might send some things over, which might get me a free flight to California. I feel uncomfortable, Mr. Springer. Are you setting me up, bro? Like what did I do to you? You know, like of course I've crashed a golf cart. I've seen golf carts crash. I've crashed through windshields. I've been tossed out of golf carts. Oh, it's been a few. When you work at Castle Oaks, okay, our beautiful home course on the West Coast, I've seen a lot of damage to golf carts. I particularly have never driven a golf course where it's been damaged. I've damaged it with my body because I lost control of myself. That might have been involving some alcoholic beverages. I might have gone through a windshield. A bumper might have been tore off. I don't know. I've seen guys hit golf carts. I've hit, actually, oh shit. So I'll tell you a short story. So Jeff and I decided, after my kid was born, we were going to take a little short day trip, which short day trip turned into like a 12-hour event, going to Bodega Bay, playing at one of the links course out there. Jeff is playing lights out. I am playing, it's a challenging day for me because it's windy as fuck. And I did not have it. I was still at baby brain and it was not good. But, so we step up onto, I think, the 13th hole, and beautiful hole out looking over the ocean, over the bay, and you can hear the waves crashing. It was awesome. Jeff just pipes one down there. It looks like he's going to get there too. I step up, and wind is just howling, and Jeff at times parks golf carts in areas that can be uncomfortable. Okay. So I tee up my shot, and I look down, and I'm like, the golf cart. It's just, about 30 yards below us. It's kind of in my line, but there's no way I'm going to hit it, right? I'm clearly not going to top the shot into the golf cart. Well, sure enough, I fucking piped one right into the side of the golf cart, and I dented the shit out of it. It had a nice Bridgestone dot right in the side of it. I failed to mention that to the cart barn, but yeah, I might have gotten away with some vandalism. It was an accident, that's not a crime, I don't think. But yeah, so I've damaged a few golf carts apparently. How about you, Jeff? Have you seen any TCs out there? Any reportable crimes that might have been committed?
I've seen some people crash carts or intentionally crash into things,
Yeah.
right? Do spin, drive like idiots. I've never damaged one. Obviously I've hit some things, probably not paying attention. Recently, out at one of the golf courses we play, my brother was driving, and I parked in front of him, and he's coming down the hill, and he's coming in a little hot, and the fucking brakes just didn't work. And he just destroyed, smashed the back of our cart. Luckily you're at the green. You're usually standing there looking for your wedge, your putter. You could have lost a fucking leg. And he had that bitch fucking all the way. But I haven't seen any bad ones. I've seen some crashes, but nothing too bad.
That's exciting. So a question from one of our listeners, one of the gentlemen out here in Atlanta, wanted to ask, you just won the FedEx Cup. What are you doing with $15 million?
Oh, wow. That's a good question.
And I want the selfish answer. I don't want the, I'd improve Eastlake like the PGA Tour should. No, I want the real, like, special answer.
All right. If I just won 15 million, it's vacation time. I'm probably going to Bermuda for about a month and doing absolutely nothing but sitting by the beach, drinking, eating, and then I'll come home and spend the rest of it.
I agree. I think Bermuda is a beautiful place. I completely agree.
What would you do?
I would do real bad things with it, man. It's
I hire somebody to write romance stories for you.
I would. I mean, the logical answer would be like, let's reinvest it. Let's buy some apartments, some easy money that can be flipped. I'd probably be like, a very nice landlord. Or I try and double it. You take it to Vegas. Okay, you get one of those high dollar suites. Okay, at MGM or one of the fancy. I've never stayed at a fancy resort. So, but yeah, I mean, you go to Vegas. You take 10. Okay, you leave 5 for the government, right? Because you got to do that. but you take 10 and you put it on black. I mean, you just roll the fucking dice. Let's make 10 and let's make 20. Okay, 15 turns into 30, and let's take another 15. Let's roll. Let's put it on another black. So, unselfish me who just won the FedEx Cup. I'm going straight to Vegas. I'm going full blown Tiger. Okay, I'm going full blown Charles Barkley. I'm going full blown Michael Jordan. I mean, I am going crazy. 15 million. It's not even. I don't even know how to like look at that. I mean, I tried to pay for golf earlier today, and my card was denied because it was too much money. Like, so yeah, I might go to Vegas and ruin ruin 4 runs of golf. But
Here, all right. So I got a follow up to this, just in my mind.
yes,
If this ever legitimately happened, and we had $15 million to blow,
yes.
and we went, how long would we live?
You know that Mace song, 24 Hours to Live? It's an old school
Yeah,
jam.
right?
That's what brings me back. I don't know how long we would live. I mean, because the high dollar bourbon.
I don't know if I'd make it to spend all the 15 million.
I don't know. I mean, I could buy a lot of dumb shit. What
All right, you ready
what
for
else
you
we
ready,
got? Yeah.
you ready for another one? This comes from Casey out in Fiddletown. He wants to know what you think your best attribute on the course is.
Best attribute. My looks? No. Shit. How I can persuade the cart girl into giving me a free cup of water. I mean, what are we talking? Are we talking about the golf game? I'm
assuming he's talking about your game.
I would have to say I'm the best comeback putter like in the world. Like I could blow one by about 12 feet, and I'm pretty confident that I'm going to make the comeback. Like I think that's one of my best attributes is the comeback. Not I don't always make it, but I'm about 50-50, I think. So that's probably an attribute.
That's not bad. Saves you a lot of 3 putts.
Sometimes.
Right? Shit.
Yeah. What do you got? What is your?
The only thing I can think of is because I just go off what my brother and Ben and you guys always tell me is that I'm a fucking grinder.
Yes.
You know, I fucking grind even when there's no point to grind, and most people wouldn't. Like, I will grind out the fucking par, or sometimes even more importantly, the bogey.
You can be hungover and you can blade chunk, shank multiple shots and then still go out and shoot even par. And I would lose my fucking mind. Several of our buddies, we would have less clubs when we ended our round. Either they're being tossed into a pond, okay, which I've seen. Maybe a few lob wedges might be snapped. I mean, it's yeah, you definitely rock that. I'm working on that particular part of my game. A lot of times golf does not always deal you the best hand. But when you're just positive about it and you just know you're going to get up and down and you know you're going to make the comeback, then fuck, you just grind like no other. So I completely agree. That is definitely one of your best and worst attributes. With the recent FedEx Cup, okay, in the upcoming U.S. Open, DJ now has a U.S. Open victory and a FedEx Cup. One that paid him less than $2 million for a victory, and another one that paid him $15 million. Jeff, if you were in DJ's shoes, would you have rather won the $15 million, or would you rather win another U.S. Open?
So if I'm in DJ's shoes, I'll take the FedEx Cup champion all day. Give me $15 million. I mean, that's people are gonna forget about you at some point. But you know what? Your family ain't gonna forget about $15 million.
I don't think so. Because he was number 5 on the money list, and now I think he's going to be probably number 4, especially with taking home $15 million. On top of the other, I mean, you have to consider, he also won the Northern Trust by a lot. And then he just came in second at the BMW. I mean, he's cashed in probably $19 million in like 3 weeks. I mean,
Yeah.
I could care less about a U.S. Open, in my personal opinion. You give me $15 million, I might not play golf again. Like,
You wouldn't have to. I mean, shit.
no, 15 million is that's you don't. I mean, there's a lot of freedom when you've got that much cash, and that much freedom when it comes to you now are going to be on next year's fucking advertisement. It's not like they're going to get rid of you. I mean, shit, you could get a DUI, bang 30 chicks, and commit a few crimes, and they're still going to take you back. Like, they're still going to put you on top of that, on that mantle, and still let you pass out FedEx Cup trophies and let you film stupid commercials about you delivering the FedEx Cup. So I'm going to go with the FedEx Cup.
Dude, I mean, I don't have a calculator in front of me, and we're obviously not math majors. But think about it. I don't know what he shot this week. 230 something maybe. I don't know what he shot overall. But think about it. I mean, break that up. $15 million. Divide that. Tell me how much money he got paid per fucking shot this week.
Well, I'll tell you how much Mr. Bones made in 5 weeks. Mr. Bones, who's JT's caddy, he caddied for JT for the last 5 weeks because of his JT's caddy's, out sick or whatever. Bones averaged, if you just take JT's winning and divide it by 10%, okay, which is a typical wage for caddies, the 10% of the winnings. Bones would make $125,000 a week for carrying a bag, bro. That's stupid.
It's ridiculous. Well, hey, he's a smart guy, though. You know what? He's obviously really, really good at what he does because everybody's bag he hops on is top 5 every week. No matter if it's Matthew Fitzpatrick or Justin Thomas. He's no dummy, dude. He's making his money there. Hops back on the broadcast. I think next week JT's caddy's coming back or for the Open, so he'll be, but yeah, there's stupid money. There is stupid money. If you ever put your kids in any other sport besides golf, you're just dumb.
It's, the whole like, oh, my kid's tougher than yours. Well, my kid's richer than yours. Like, you know what rich does? It heals hurt, okay? It heals concussions, all right? And the only way you're making that much money is if you're Patrick Mahomes, okay? That's the only way.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. The money is so ridiculous, and hey, I'm all for it. I like it as long as they can keep it up, but shit.
Let's see here. Do we got any more questions?
I don't have any more, but I got some photos sent to me earlier today from one of our guys that's playing from out in Bakersfield. He got some new tailor-made wedges. Said he's going to attack some sticks up in Edgewood with these wedges. So people are fired up about this tournament. It's
with, like, when we talk about gear and stuff, and I'm kind of a gearhead, and I constantly kind of tinker with stuff, and over the last like year, I've kind of stopped. I've kind of given up on like fiddling with shit. I just, when things are worn out, I just replace it. And then if things aren't working, especially with my driver, I just change it. But Jeff, DJ won this week with a 7-wood in his bag. Okay. And he also carried a 60 and a 52-degree wedge and a pitching wedge. Have you ever considered adding like another club and just taking away one of your scoring clubs?
So I read the little "What's in the Bag" article of the winners from this week. So it was obviously DJ. And first off, the first thing that jumps out is me and him play the same irons, which is shout out to TaylorMade. Maybe they can sponsor me. Those P730s are some quality irons. But dude, he's the smartest guy in the world. I don't need 3 fucking wedges. I don't. Right? I can use a 52 and a 60. I started thinking about it. I'm like, why do I have a 56? It always gets me in trouble. I usually try to hit it, and it's too far of a distance. It spins back. It's never right. I need to do that. I need a new fucking wood in my bag and less wedges.
It got me thinking, and it's something. You look at some of the guys who are really great players, and they generally only carry 3 wedges. Tiger Woods has always been known for carrying a 60, a 56, and a pitching wedge, which is generally a 48-degree wedge. DJ, kind of similar setup. and he hits the ball so far. And that's kind of confusing to me. Like a 7 wood. Like I just bought a 4 wood and thought that was fucking weird. Like a 7 wood, and it's the same degree as my 4 iron, which is weird, which is kind of odd and no, it's the same degree as a 3 iron at 21 degrees. So I kind of agree with you. Like sometimes I get into the mix where like I've got too many options when it comes to wedges. Like, do I want to hit the 52, like knockdown, like choke down, little like kind of that, mid-flight, ball flight where it spins a ton and it kind of, hits and checks and stops? Or do I hit a full 56 and take the risk of spinning it back 10, 12 feet and, almost flying over the green? So it just got me thinking. So is there any changes to the bag? I mean, Jeff, you have 15 clubs in your bag. Which one are you removing for the Aloha Press Classic?
So legitimately, I think the club that's going is my 56-degree wedge. I don't need it. It's gone. I'm fucking, like you said, less options, the better probably for me, especially up at Edgewood. The ball goes a mile anyway. I can hit the 60-degree wedge anywhere from 80 to 110 probably up there. So shit, I don't need a 56, but I do need a new hybrid. So if anybody's got a nice hybrid they'd like to sell me, I'm fucking in the market.
What do you need a hybrid for? You need the 7 wood. You need the lady wood. Okay, that's
or the 7. I need something new. I would just tell everybody, rest up this week, take a week off. Fuck what's going on, because the U.S. Open starts next week and it's going to be the real deal.
Well, in the U.S. in keeping consideration, guys, we're going to launch something Sunday or Monday where we're gonna get in the mix. If you subscribe to the newsletter and some of our social media channels, you're gonna have access to some of the gambling things that we're gonna bring up for the U.S. Open. We're gonna bring in some stats on who we're gonna pick. We're gonna break this thing down, and you're gonna have a chance to win an Aloha Press package that has a value of up to, I think, $200. So we'll be giving that away. So really appreciate it, Jeff, and we'll catch you soon, buddy.
All right, brother.
Later, man.
Wearing all black,
Aloha! Here with JC and Jeff.
Ain't no time for school today.
hitting bombs.
Hey, watch this punch cut lob wedge. Replace your Marshalls with Cardinals. They're better looking. They're serving drinks.
Got to hit bombs off the tee.
Phil talking about a guy taking a shit in the cut.
Mahalo!
That's what we did fireside with Phil.
Fire the stick.
Hit bomb and attack the pin.